The original Helium app was developed and launched way before there were over 500,000 hotspots on the network. It has served its purpose and had received several critical updates along the way to make it more usable. But I am sure we have all had our run-ins with this app at one point or another. Now, just a few thousand hotspots away from 600,000, it is becoming time to retire this soon-to-be piece of Helium history. The function it is serving right now will soon be replaced by two new apps. One of them from the manufacturers of the hotspots, Bobcat already announcing the launch, and the other will be known as the Wallet app. This new Wallet app will serve as your identity on the Helium network. These are big changes for Helium, and I believe they will be welcomed, as the original app has been stretched and pulled in so many ways to accommodate for new functionality, and these new manufacturer apps will really help the serious manufacturers differentiate themselves from the rest. We will also see far more usability once the makers are able to tailor these apps to their specific hardware. Let's take a look at the details in today's video. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe on the way, and it really helps support the channel, and I'll really appreciate it. For today's video, we are going to be discussing the recent announcement late in the afternoon yesterday, the announcement regarding the retirement almost of the original Helium app that we all know and have been using since we joined the Helium community, whether it's buying HNT and storing it in your wallet or onboarding your Helium hotspot and monitoring the miner performance. Now we're going to go through all of the details about what's happening to the original app that we have now, these two new apps that are going to be created, and we'll also be discussing why I think this is such a huge positive and step in the right direction for Helium and the community. Now we have to remember that when this original app that we are using was first created, Helium was actually manufacturing their own Helium hotspot. Those are the ones that are shown here, and they are the ones that are now very rare, hard to find. Only the people that were involved in the very beginning of the hotspot manufacturing process would have those. Now this app that we're all using is the one that was designed to work with that hotspot, and as time went on and as Helium matured and evolved, and through the passing of HIP-19, they started to accept third-party manufacturers for hotspots, and Helium really just forced the app they were using and designed for their own hotspot to work with third-party manufacturer apps. And over time, we have seen that the app itself has become rather clunky. We've had some issues with it, and it kept on having to stuff it with functionality in order to accommodate for the growth and scale of the network. So we're going to talk about what is changing, what we have to look out for, and of course there is the Bobcat miner announcement here on Twitter already. About 12 hours ago, they released this update, which is very exciting. Now here is the Discord announcement. As you can see, a big change is coming to the Helium app ecosystem. This change will allow makers to add new features and tools to support your specific hotspot. Soon you'll be able to run diagnostics and take actionable steps to troubleshoot networking connection problems. So this is a huge step in the right direction. Now, whether you have a SenseCap, a Bobcat, a rack, whatever you have, it is going to be tailored to your specific hotspot, and you're going to be working directly with an app that was manufactured by the manufacturer of your hotspot. There's going to be far more diagnostic tools at our disposal and far more better ways to help understanding what is going on with our hotspots. As of right now, we go in, we diagnose the hotspot, and we get a general diagnostic report, and we have to send that around to different people, to different Discord groups, to different support teams, and try to figure out what's going on. Now, the manufacturer of the app is going to create tools that'll be able to help you find out what is going on right inside the app. This is a huge step and is going to save so many people a lot of time and a lot of trouble when trying to get their hotspots back online. Now, an important thing to note here is that the app we are all currently using is actually just going to be converted and migrate over time into just being an app that is used for the original Helium hotspot. As you can see here, they say it will only be used for original Helium hotspots, and wallet functionality will be migrated to the new Wallet app that they describe down here. This is a brand new app which is coming coming soon to manage tokens, identity, and signed transactions on the Helium blockchain. New features include multi-account support, an address book, testnet access, and more. It will enable the network to support future advances on the network, including bridges and staking. So this app now is going to be created from the ground up to really help the network grow and scale into what now we realize is the potential for Helium. Back in the day, they didn't have these visions. The network was not the same as it was today. So this app will be created with all of the visions and the future prospects of Helium in mind, so it will be able to accommodate for all of this new functionality that we need. So guys, as you can see, there are two new apps. One of them is going to be a hotspot manufacturer app. The other is going to be the wallet app. It seems as though they will both start to be available come March 2022, and according to Bobcat here, that is what they are saying as well. March 2022, stay tuned. Now guys, there is also a post here on the Helium blog from Coco Tang yesterday. As we can see, she explains the retirement here almost of the original Helium app, how it has changed since the Helium network has grown so drastically over the last year or so. As you can see here, she explains the team allowed HIP-19 manufacturers to add the ability to do basic onboarding and diagnostic features, but manufacturers have been limited to this base set of capabilities. Now, I will link this article in the description below so you guys can come read through it. I'm just going to touch on some of the key points here that she is making that are huge improvements here that we should all be really looking forward to. I'm certainly excited, and I'm interested to see what sort of functionality these manufacturers are able to build into these apps, as well as what this new Helium wallet app will look like. As you can see here, she says makers will start introducing their own apps and web dashboards over the next few weeks. When makers are ready, we will start removing onboarding ability for those hotspots in the Helium app. So over time, you won't be able to onboard new hotspots directly into the app we have now. We will have to onboard them via the manufacturer supported app. And then of course, she explains Helium will release a brand new app called the Helium Wallet to manage your HNT and identity on the Helium network. And she continues to say the original Helium app will reduce its scope to manage Helium hotspot, to manage original Helium hotspots only. I think they mean here original Helium hotspots. Of course, like even if you have a Bobcat miner, it is a Helium hotspot, but I think what she means here is the original one. Wallet functionality will be disabled over time. This app will be rebranded to the Helium hotspot app to manage original Helium hotspots. And she goes on to list some of the functions here of the new wallet app and how it will work. And there are some frequently asked questions down below to see how the migration will work and all of those sorts of things. Guys, this is really exciting, really great news for Helium. It shows that they understand that the network has grown and scaled so drastically that changes do need to be made. It is not the same network that it was a year ago, and there are new features that are needed. And as I mentioned in the intro, this is going to be incredibly interesting to see how different manufacturers, how much they invest into this app, how many new features, how much support they provide for these apps. It will really differentiate some manufacturers from others, which is a very, very good thing. Of course, I'm a huge supporter of these manufacturers that really are investing in themselves to help better the Helium network. There are some manufacturers out there that I think are really just trying to do a cash grab, putting some cheap hardware in these miners, sending them out to distributors and getting paid, and maybe in a year or two they won't even exist. That is one of my fears. That is why I always continue to support and recommend miner manufacturers that really are investing in new hardware, new spaces, new offices, and of course now this new app is going to be a good differentiating factor for many different manufacturers, and we'll see how they develop and how they turn out. But guys, let me know what your thoughts down below are. I know we all probably have had some issues with the original Helium app. I certainly have. Let me know your comments down below how you feel about this new update or how you're just feeling in general. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you all for watching until the end. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already, but that is all I have for today's video. Thank you all so much again, but just like that, this video is over, and I'll see you next time.